Okay, so let's talk about how to cut paper. For project 1, you're going to need Bristol board that's cut to 6 inches by 6 inches, so let's go ahead and do that. What you're going to need is your cutting mat and your paper, and I'm getting my paper lined up on my cutting mat here. You'll need a ruler, either your T-square or another ruler. I, again, recommend using a metal ruler for cutting. You're going to definitely need an X-Acto knife, and then you may want to use scissors and or a roto cutter. And we'll talk about when to use what. So to start off, I'm simply going to measure. Remember, this is not 6 inches because I've skipped an inch. So I'm going to measure 6 inches and 6 inches. Now I'm using a pen so that you can see it in the video, but I recommend using either your non-photo blue pencil or some other pencil that you can erase. Now, with the T-square, I could pretty easily just place it here and cut this. But if you don't have the T-square, what you can do is count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. 6. And that way you can line up your metal ruler on both sides and make sure that it's nice and straight. This is where the roto cutter comes in handy. This you simply place and kind of push the blade up against your metal ruler, press down, move it up, and there's your cut. Nice and clean. If you're not using your roto cutter, then you're going to use your X-Acto knife, and as I said, I would recommend using one side for the X-Acto knife and keeping the other side more pristine. So, again, I have 6 inches and 6 inches, and I line that up on both ends, here and here, and I'm going to take my X-Acto knife. I'm going to place the blade in. I like to hold it like this with my finger putting pressure on it, and I'm pushing down but also pulling to the side, pulling the blade up against that metal ruler, keeping my fingers out of the way, slowly and carefully. It may take more than one go, depends on how sharp your blade is and how hard you're pressing, but there you have nice, clean cuts. Now, if I wanted to cut out more irregular shapes, the straighter they are, the more likely I am to use scissors. So for this, I can probably cut across here with scissors and be okay. But I find it's much more precise if I use my X-Acto knife. So I place this. And there, I didn't quite cut all the way through, so I can... It's always best to try and make sure you get all the way through the first time, but you can put it there and still get a nice, clean, even cut. And honestly, that's faster than using scissors. The problem with scissors is that it's hard to see where it is you're cutting when you're cutting with scissors. So oftentimes what I'll do is use scissors to cut away large sections of paper so that I can focus on the piece that I'm trying to cut. Now, for something like this, that's much more organic or irregular shaped, I can't really use the ruler for it. So I'm going to place my ruler out of the way, and what I'm going to do is simply place the blade in and draw it along, rotating the blade to follow the line. I can stop and turn the paper so that I have a good angle on it and I'm not trying to turn my arms in awkward ways. Take your time, be careful. And when you get it out, if there are some pieces that need cleaning up, you can simply go back in with your blade and smooth them out if you need to. For something like a circle, again, it's the same thing. You simply place your blade and start cutting, rotating both the paper and the blade as needed. And there you have nice, clean cuts. If I'm cutting out a more intricate shape like this, as I said, I might use my scissors to kind of cut away some of the excess so that I can focus on just what needs cut. But I will place my knife in the shape and kind of pull away most of the time. So I place it and I pull it. If I need to clean that up just a little bit, begin. And there you have it. So then I can come in here and cut off these edges a little bit if I need to make it more precise. But there you have it, cutting paper.